Looking great, and Allie Breen is a fine stand-up comedian, and she is our, I don't like the word sexpert, but she is the host of Sexy Time, where we try to help you with your love life. Allie can be reached, of course, on your favorite social media platform, ALLIBREEN, and she's also featured on OnlyFans, ALLIB, Alib. That's all you have to have.
Alib?
Alib.
Alib, yep. New nickname.
Okay.
Alib.
Now, Allie, well, let's just get right to it. What have you got for us?
Dear Allie, my boyfriend and I just got a dog and he named it Molly. After a few weeks, I found out that Molly was actually his serious college girlfriend. Should I be concerned?
Oh, God.
I don't think so. You can just like names. You know? Yeah.
No, that's wrong.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
I don't think if he really had feelings for this ex-girlfriend, I don't think he would do this. You know what I'm
If you named a
saying?
dog, if you named a child, maybe I'd be concerned.
Yeah,
but
that would be worse.
No, I say no. Don't worry about it.
Tom, maybe his name is Mike.
Mike and Molly?
yeah, exactly.
Well, is it?
We don't know.
He sounds like an idiot, though. What kind of a guy would do that? You're starting a fight. You know what I mean? Even if you do like the name.
Yeah, I think that's really, really dumb.
Yeah, I think it's fine too.
I think
Like
it's
I said,
fine,
if you
but
have a child.
I think he should have fessed up at the beginning. I don't think you want to be surprised by that.
Right.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Huh.
Maybe he didn't even remember. Maybe it was such a
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If this Molly person were on his mind all the time, he wouldn't.
Maybe.
This would be a dead giveaway. He wouldn't do it.
How do you think he gets an erection?
You get an erection calling your dog.
You know what? We don't know who Molly. Maybe Molly was kind of a dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a good way to hide it.
These are all great answers. No, I think that's a bad move.
Well, it's too late.
Yeah.
That's the name of the dog now.
Yep.
Name your
Well, you can change a dog name. It's
Or
not
you
like
could drop it off at the shelter and tell him it ran away.
There is that option. Have you considered that?
Yeah.
Have you considered the absolutely insane way?
Yeah. No, don't do that. Okay, let's move on. What have we got?
Dear Allie, I went on a third date with a girl, which is supposed to be the big one, and she brought two of her friends along.
Whoa.
There's a sign.
Yeah.
She said they were visiting from college. It was the only night they had together. So I had booked a dinner at a nice restaurant. I changed the reservation, so the bill was very expensive. And then when the check came, nobody reached for it. And eventually I realized I was expected to pay. I was expected to pay for this third date, which I'm not even getting sex after. Would you say something or just ask her out on the fourth date, hoping that that's the one?
Oh, my God.
So, in other words, he's saying there was if he was going to pay for her to go to dinner, there was a quid pro quo, if you will.
That's the thing.
In this case, a quim pro quo.
Yes.
First of all, no.
This third date thing isn't a hard and fast
No,
rule.
and if it is
it's
to
a
you, you're an
joke,
idiot.
people.
Yeah, everybody's different.
But you had to pay for her friends? That's kind of messed up. Like, you're the third wheel in this situation. Like,
I tell you this, you look like a hero
you do.
Yeah.
to them.
And this would be a much better letter if you said, I'll finish the letter the other way. It would be, so I paid for all three, ended up having the greatest four-way in the history of sex.
Yes.
And I'm telling everybody I don't have a question.
Tom is onto something. Yeah. You may have to just tell your girlfriend that you are owed an orgy.
Well, I told you this the other day. I had a friend in college, and his brother had graduated from the same university the year before, and he was quite literally working for Penthouse magazine, writing the fake letters.
I think that's
And
a fake. Those are all real.
This would have been a perfect fake letter. But yeah.
Well, it is kind of twofold because first it's like if you're not the boyfriend, you're on a third date.
Right.
So are you expected to pay for the friend?
No, that's kind of bold.
No, that
on
was
their part.
kind of.
Yeah, but Josh nailed it. You'd be a hero if you did.
Yeah, you did. I mean,
You should
look
have just done it, yeah.
you look great.
Oh, I
Exactly.
think he did.
You might
He
have
did
you might
do
have
it.
considered the following: if you had reservations at a really, really expensive restaurant, you should have called her back and gone, "Oh, hey, listen, I called them up and they cannot get a 4-topping.
Yeah.
But I was able to get a reservation at this Scottish place, McDonald's. Or you could have gone a step down. I don't know.
So
Ruby Tuesdays.
Yeah. An answer to your question would be, if you like her, yes, go on a fourth date. If you're doing it just for sex,
You're a
don't do
freak.
that. Yeah.
No, do it and send us a video.
Yes, if you are going to do it, video, please.
Thank you very much. It's going to make
know
this
what's
segment a lot
funny?
more popular.
Okay. When I basically started comedy, I was doing shows at Governor's, which is in Long Island. So it's a drive from the city. And I was with a guy I'd gone on a few dates with. So he came to see the show. He drove in. And every comic, instead of taking the train, wants a ride back. So I had a comic be like, can you give me a ride back? And I was like, no, we're actually going to go to dinner afterwards. And he was like, okay, can I come to dinner?
Wow.
Like, no, it's kind of a date. And he was like, well, can I come and just sit at another table until you guys are ready to go home? And to this day, I still don't know if he was just messing with me or if that was a real thing. Like, come sit there.
No, I know enough comedians to know
That
he
was a
wanted
real
wanted
thing.
the free ride and possibly the free meal.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is great.
That is so classic. That'd be a good
Yes.
scene in a movie. We're speaking with Alli Breen, comedian. I never asked you, Alli, what kind of jobs did you have prior to becoming a comedian?
It was all, copyright editing was the job I had after college. But other than that, it was always like waitressing, bartending.
Really?
Yep.
Are you a good bartender?
Not bad, but I bartended at like an Italian restaurant, so it wasn't anything. I never did like the bar scene kind of bartending. It was.
But could you make the
wine
the complicated drinks?
I could do like a Manhattan and that kind of thing, but like Sex on the Beach, those I kind of don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I was a copywriter for a while, and you and I would have butted heads. No, you don't edit. You don't edit my copy, Alli. My copy doesn't need edit.
it was hard actually.
By the way, that's the only butt that you would be having any interface with, if you will, in the case of Alli. I'm just speculating. Alli Breen is our correspondent in the world of romance, if you will. And Alli, what else have you got?
Dear Alli, I stayed at my boyfriend's house for the first time last week, and the only soap he has in his apartment is dish soap. Literally one dish soap that started out in the shower and then eventually moved its way to the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
He's 42.
Oh.
How big a red flag is
Okay,
this?
wait a minute.
Wait, there's
Soap
one
is
more
soap.
part.
There's one more part.
How big of a red flag is this? Oh, and also I found pieces of floss hanging on the bathroom doorknob.
Oh, he's a slob.
That's a fixer-upper.
Yeah.
If he's 42
and doesn't use soap?
well, he uses soap, and I could see in a pinch soap is soap to a degree.
But do you use dish soap in
I mean,
your
you
shower?
could.
I watched my dad had hair like Tom, and I watched him. He goes, "I'm out of shampoo," and he washed his hair with Dawn one time. But it was just the one time because it was like a necessity.
Yeah, I mean, but
If you're out of laundry soap, you can use dish soap. You just don't use. Yes, you can.
By the way,
soap is soap.
Can I do a real important tip?
Don't use the same amounts.
Okay.
But yes.
Here's a homeowner tip from
I
yours
have.
truly. When you talk about Dawn, the liquid squirty stuff,
Yes.
don't put that in your dishwasher and close the little cap.
Yeah.
What happens?
It looks like a Three Stooges movie where all the foam's coming out of your dishwasher for an hour.
Yeah, I would never. Yeah, I use it for.
Hey, I said dish right on there.
Yeah, hand washing.
Yes.
Not for your dishwasher.
I'm just giving you a tip. If anybody out there has done this like I have,
I
20
would've
minutes
tried
later,
that,
I walk by the
actually.
dishwasher. Oh, my God.
But if you're around poison ivy a lot, like if you are outside pulling weeds or shrubs, working in it, it's good to use dish soap in the shower right after.
That's all fair. You know, that's all. Well, that's not what's happening.
No,
here.
no,
Yeah,
No, this
yeah,
guy's
no.
lazy or cheap. One of the two.
No, this guy's
Frugal?
this guy's a slob.
Yeah, he's gross.
Yeah.
He's
If
gross.
he's saving his dental floss, we have an issue.
Hey,
Now the good news is he's flossing,
Yeah.
which most people.
that's
do.
good. That's a good point.
The bad
Yeah.
news is really. Do you ever go to someone's house and you can see like chunks of meat hanging on the mirror and you
No.
realize they've been flossing?
Oh, God.
Where are you going?
I don't know.
Who are you?
Just me.
Friends. I would be furious at any one of my friends.
Never
I'd go,
seen
look,
that.
you know, you gotta clean the mirror.
I'll tell you, if I could get my sister on the phone, she would verify this. My dad, now in his case, he had polio, so he kind of had to lean up against the sink. But I'd walk in the bathroom and be like, "Oh, look, there's yesterday's roast beef."
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, my God.
Dear Lord, it's so gross.
Yeah, that is great.
Jan, if you're listening, verify that please via
Any
email.
flosser knows that happens,
blocked
but
that
you
outcome.
you clean the mirror immediately.
Of course.
Yeah,
Because when you floss,
Also
it's
chunks.
flying all
of
over the
course.
place.
Yeah, but man,
Okay. All right. Sorry. Let's get back to the action. The show is Sexy Time. Our guest, of course, is our hostess. She is Alli Breen, comedian. And Alli, we got to get you on one of our shows.
Yeah.
We got one,
I would love that.
coming up. We want to have you fly out to one.
Yes.
We haven't seen you in person in a long time. Let's get
It's been a while.
Let's get to our next
I would
letter.
love to do that. Dear Alli, my girlfriend is smoking hot and I'm a 6, but I'm smoking rich. I was at a hotel pool with her, and the guy next to her got into a 30-minute conversation with her and ignored me, and then she talked to a bartender for about 15 minutes until she came back to me. Should I say something or just let this go?
Read it again. I'm confused.
So his girlfriend's smoking hot and he's not so hot, but he's rich.
Right.
He was at a hotel pool with her, and the guy next to her, and she was in like a 30-minute conversation, and they ignored him. And then the bartender came by, it sounds like, and she had a 15-minute conversation with him and ignored her boyfriend.
If she's smoking hot, she loves the attention.
Yep.
Unacceptable.
Yeah, and I don't know
get
if he was
used to it.
needy. If he's like, what about me?
Yeah, he's needy and she's hot, so yeah, she likes getting the attention.
So he should find any other woman there and start talking to her.
No.
Isn't there a
Yeah.
chance she's just friendly?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, she's very
Yes.
friendly, I'm sure.
What do you guys? You're all lunatics when it comes to this
Yeah,
stuff.
this
gotta
guy's
loop in your
too
guy.
insecure to date a hot chick.
Yeah,
He
there's
doesn't
that.
even sound that insecure to me. She's probably just friendly.
But like, if you were with your lady and a guy came up and was talking to her, wouldn't you just be part of the conversation?
Yeah.
yeah, or even not. I don't have to be.
But
right.
you wouldn't be like, oh, she's hit,
Yeah,
she's
true.
ignoring
So maybe
me.
he is a little insecure,
It
but
would give you a break. You could go, hey, he's talking to her for a while. I can go
yeah.
meditate.
I have dated my share of chatty Cathys, and it's kind of relief if they talk to somebody else.
I don't. I don't see. There's no
feel you.
problem here, dude. She came back to you.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're going to date a hot girl, guys are going to try to talk to her. It's just
Yep.
going to happen.
Nope, they're
Like,
at
I
a
don't know if he wants her to be like, excuse me, I'm with someone, which
Pat,
is
what's-
also
Pat's
obnoxious.
been here.
They're
Go
at
ahead.
a pool. It's a half hour now. The bartender comes over at the pool and
Yeah.
another 15. No.
Yeah, but who got to give her the last tip of the evening?
Exactly.
All right?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Be happy.
Okay, let's move on. We're talking once again to Alli Breen, Allibreen. I spell it because that's how you find her on the social media. Josh is shaking his
You're
head.
rich. Why are you in a relationship anyway?
Go talk to any other girl.
The moment I'm like officially rich,
Yeah.
I'm buying women. I'm not. Or I should say renting.
Yeah, you're leasing,
It's
really.
totally rent. I'm all rent. Are you
What about
kidding?
the emotional aspect, Josh? What about up here?
Yeah.
He's got it all. up there.
Emotions are the worst.
This is below the belt thinking what we're talking about here. I see. Well, it's good to know. Let's move on before Josh paints himself into a really bad corner.
Dear Alli, my wife and I have had sex once in the last 2 years, and that was 9 months ago. Anytime I try to initiate, I get told that she can't for whatever reason. So we had a quick overnight getaway with our son, and we ended up with a couple hours of alone time while he hung out with friends. Instead of trying anything, I just ran errands because I figured she can't. And now I'm the bad guy because I didn't try to take advantage of our alone time. And all the romance is gone. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, that's impossible.
Wait a
That
minute.
is impossible.
No, wait a minute.
Wow.
I'm confused. So was she mad at him for not taking advantage of the
Yes.
alone time?
Yes.
Yes.
After having
Yep.
been rebuffed many times.
Right.
You're not a
Yeah.
mind reader. Like, how are you supposed to know?
Yeah, man.
Why can't she initiate?
Right.
What's wrong? What's wrong with her? Especially if you finally can, you're in the mood, go for
How
it.
long was it for the first stretch here?
Sounds like a trick.
9 months.
9 months ago was the last time they had sex. And before that, it was a year as well.
Wow.
Jeez.
Poor gal would have drowned. Oh, wait a minute. I'm being informed. Dear Tom, that's not how it works. Sorry. Sorry, I'm an idiot. We have time for one more letter, Alli.
Dear Alli, my kink is the same as Louis C.K.'s, if you get my drift.
Okay.
And I've had girlfriends that were into it. The girl I'm dating now is actually pretty buttoned up. I feel like she might have a kinky side, but I don't know how to bring it up to see if she's into it. If she says no, will I ruin what we have, or should I go for it? What do you think?
It's look. There's no getting around kinks. There really
Yeah.
isn't. So you have to.
I know a way to broach it, though.
How's that?
The way Alli just did. Without
Yeah.
saying what it is, you could say something like, hey, see that thing about Louis C.K.? And if she goes, yeah, and you go, yeah, what do you think about that? And if she, then you could get kind of a kind of take a little gauge of how she felt about it?
I think you'd have to go further. You'd have to say, I am into that.
But wasn't
Me
Louis'
too.
thing?
Yeah.
Wasn't Louis' thing literally springing it on a lady without
right.
saying anything?
Yeah, so
Twist.
No, I don't think it was without saying anything. I think it was just that he liked her to watch him do
Right,
that.
and there were times where he asked and they said yes, and I'm not defending anything here.
But wasn't the allegation that he would just start doing it in front of
sometimes
opening acts?
But other times it was he asked, they said yes, but they felt like they had to say yes or else they wouldn't be able to open for him anymore.
Gotcha.
So
open the shows.
right, yeah,
okay.
yes,
Thank you.
That did need clarification. Just tell her that's what you're into, but don't just spring it on her.
No, but I mean, I think his concern, I gather, is that if he tells her that's going to
That means you're not supposed to be with her. Your kink is stronger than, yeah.
I love
You'll
that
find
song.
a girl that
I
does.
love that song, by the way. Your kink is stronger than. that's a Dan Fogelberg tune.
Yes.
Because you can't not do that thing.
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
you'll
and
find someone who does.
You'll only resent the person who won't allow you to live that. Yeah.
Honestly.
But Josh is right. You have to go further because if you just bring that up, if you're like, oh, what do you think of the Louis C.K. situation? There's never going to be a girl that's like, I'm so into that.
Yeah, you're right.
No, she might go. That's so hot.
No, because of the way.
Not in that case.
No,
Not in that case.
context.
Yeah.
Either defending or attacking.
Don't mention
it.
Louis at all.
Don't leave Louis out of this.
Yeah.
And say this is what you want to do.
I still find Louis to be
Thank you.
very funny.
Well, sure. That's different.
Okay.
Change the
All right.
funniness.
Bill Cosby
his is
himself
much-
is still funny. The album himself, but
Totally. And his cancellation is very debated. I mean, it's definitely
Exactly.
not an open and shut case at all.
right.
Zipper
So-
open primarily. You can reach Alli Breen, as I said, at ALLIBREEN and find her on OnlyFans at ALLIB. Any particular lonely fans action we need to know about?
Only fans.
Did you
What did I say?
Lonely
He said
Fans?
Lonely Fans.
That's what I'm on.
Now, Lonely Fans,
I like that.
I know that's how you assume everybody.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
That was
Such
a
a
funny
good Freudian
Freudian
slip.
slip. Yeah.
Yeah. I have to think of something good for Valentine's Day. So, yeah, people have to send suggestions.
Shave it into a heart.
Tom, you're
Hearts.
always great at coming up with the holiday themes.
Heart.
Yeah, that was the famous Mary Quant
Oh God.
thing. The fashion designer famously shaved it into a heart years
They have
ago.
those. They have those patterns on Amazon if you'd like to order them.
Really?
Oh,
Yes.
that's hilarious.
Boy,
Yes.
A template?
Have
Yes.
you ever
They have
purchased a
different-
pubic stencil?
Pubic stencils. I kid you not.
Is that what it's called?
I'll show it
Is
to you. on the
it
break.
like the elaborate Halloween pumpkin ones where some of them are really complicated? You have to tape it down.
The cast of Star Trek. You really put some work into that.
Do you use scissors or do you wipe a depilatory on and then rip it off like
They're
you're
up-
waxing?
There's a heart. There's a moon. There's lips.
Can't construction paperwork.
Well, that's
then-
redundant.
Lightning bolt.
Just do the Kojak and get it over with. Hey, thanks, Alli.
Put a lollipop in it?
Oh, hey, Alli, last time we talked, you were looking at some property in Florida. Is that going to happen? You going to get another Airbnb?
There's a few kind of ideas. Yeah, exactly. So not immediately, but definitely going to get something soon.
Now, are you going to get a present for your boyfriend for?
Not really. We don't really do presents. Probably like a dinner or something. But
Jeez, you're not going to cook for him. You want him to stick around.
Oh.
yeah, that's a good point.
It has
I
been
definitely-
firmly
I can
established
cook
that
a
Alli
grilled
can't
cheese.
cook. Okay.
It's pretty accurate.
Okay. Thank you very much. Alli, we'll look forward to talking to you next week. Thank you very much.
Bye, Allie.
Bye, Allie.
Allie.
That